Hey guys, so I got another Copart special here in need of some rescuing. This was supposed to just be a quick reconditioning job. Uh, it was a water flood motorhome. I figured, the water got in through the ceiling or something, and we had to just replace the floors or something. It was a little bit more than that. It was actually a motorhome that got damaged because water was left in the tank. In the water tank, and it basically froze. This motorhome came from up north over here in Canada, and it basically, the tank, 75-gallon tank, must have been full of water, expanded and pushed up all of the floor joists up and basically ripped apart the whole floor. So this ended up becoming a bigger project than expected. There's Copart for you. And what do? Roll with the punches, right? So I wasn't gonna record this video, hence I haven't started recording right at the beginning when we started doing this job, but I couldn't resist. So here goes. I hope you guys get something out of this. Okay, we're continuing dismantling this slide-out kitchen here. I have to share this as well, just to show you guys how things have been done here by whoever was the craftsman carpenter was that did this. So have a look at the mounting of the sewer pipe. And again, every single screw has a different head on it. To be able to take this apart, I need 4 bits, and I gotta swap them over basically every time I use the drill. But so we signed up for, so we're gonna finish this sucker and we're gonna restore it back to its original glory here. The slide is almost ready to come out. I have to disconnect all of these water lines and stuff, hence I'm dismantling this whole kitchen area here. Got the gas disconnected. We'll have to just basically rebuild this whole kitchen area from scratch. Let me go back to put it back together. This is just I mean so right now we're preparing a platform to remove this slide onto. So what we're gonna do is just use the leveling jacks to lift the motorhome higher, slide the platform underneath, put 2x6s under this slide out, and then slowly, gently lower it until it releases the pressure on the bars, and then we'll slide her out onto this platform. It's almost finished. We'll have to brace it yet, and yeah, we'll see how it is.
There's quite a bit more weight here. This side, Shane, this side goes easy, no problem. It's the other side.
Well, the other side is almost out. It's just those plastics bushings underneath on the floor, so it's binding against those.
Now. Yeah. A little bit more on there, and then we're gonna be clear, I think. Over here? I think we should go in there.
Okay, this is put back together. The floor is straightened out. Got extra fasteners, also some good PL premium glue to glue this rail back in for the slide out pull out rails. Of course, we'll have to clean this up, replace all of this weather stripping here. So this was the main damage here. You can see it's nice and straight now. Fresh screws. All that stuff is just left there to dry right now because I have PL on it. And the way the system works is this Lippert system. This is the main guide, and there's two more guides on each side. Over there. This main guide is connected to a hydraulic cylinder. That's what pushes the slide in or out. And these guides, they're in the floor in this tube. They have a little roller at the end here. I'm not going to replace these rollers because they're still good. As long as they're protruding past the steel, then they should be good. And yeah, now we'll start to rip this floor apart. Look at the buckling on this floor. It's about 6 inches up because of this tank that exploded. So now we'll rip this floor apart. Then we'll have to re-drill these, for this rail here, we'll have to re-drill the holes and make sure that this is firmly attached to the frame on the bottom. See, there's a gap there now. So we won't replace this rail. This rail is good. Everything else is going bye-bye. Okay, we can now clearly see the extent of this damage. Look. Okay, we can now clearly see the extent of this damage. If you have a look at that bend right in that steel bar, that's where the tank is underneath here. Cut the floor off here. None of these cross braces are bent, so I think if I cut all of these off here, I'll be able to salvage these and basically pound them back in place out into the frame. And that's my hope. I really don't want to start tearing into the floor underneath there. Does all look straight except for that one little part here, but I think that's just the one bar pushing up on it. Okay, the floor is straightened out. We used self-tapping long screws to put the floor back into the frame. Actually, these ones right here. We used about 16 of them. So this sucker is down hard. Fortunately, we had to re-weld some of these studs, but these don't carry any weight and they sit on the actual frame and they are screwed in to the frame. So it's just a matter of making sure they're all level, which they are. I still have to do a little bit of a repair there. Resealed the ductwork here with silicone and reattached the ductwork. There was no way to get to this from the bottom, so we just used zip ties to attach that bottom protective sheet to reattach the bottom protective sheet which was ripped during the... So everything is nice and straight now. Perfectly level. We checked the level across all of these, so today we're going to be doing the floor. We'll put the styrofoam back in here, insulate it, and then we'll start on the floor. New styrofoam is in. Let's go! That's right. That's right. So the tank surprisingly was not cracked. Nothing really happened to it, it just got deformed a little bit. I'm just gonna reuse it. But when the ice situation happened, there's a rub mark here that leaks because this hit the frame when it expanded and it cut it through. So we'll have to weld this. And oh, why did this happen? There was a tank heater on here, you can see, electric tank heater, and the wire on the tank heater, I can't show it to you now, was corroded, and I don't think it was getting any power to this tank heater. So this is why this happened. They were using this in the winter. The other tanks stayed intact because the tank heaters were working. This tank heater was not working. Floor is down. We used a lot of screws. Make sure this sucker is tight. Nice and solid. The seams worked out basically perfect. So the transition between the hardwood and or the laminate or the vinyl and the carpet will be awesome. That also means that our floor came together quite nicely. So I hope you got something out of this. This was the first part. There's a second part coming up real soon here. And there will be a third part as well, but we won't be able to do this part until spring sometime because, as you can see in the next video, we are snowed in now. So tune in for the next video if you want to see the continuation of this project. And as usual, subscribe and like. Thank you.